you get when you have 2 microphones, a bottle of bourbon, and plenty of time to kill. It's the Bourbon Talking Podcast with Billy and Jimmy. Glad you found us. Sit back, relax. Let's see what we get into. We are live and on the air. You got Billy and Jimmy. It's the Bourbon Talking Podcast.
No intro?
Oh,
that was the intro. Wow.
Nah,
we're losing money, people. We really need a sponsor here.
Nah, the peoples get to hear the intro. You don't get to hear no intro. You don't need no stinking intro.
Yeah, we're going backwards. Going backwards. All right. Well, hey, it's Friday.
It's Friday night. Oh, what a night.
Trying to get this podcast out. Things are going on next week, short week, but hey, we're going to have one ready for you. And what we drink today, Billy?
I told we're going to make it happen for the... There be ghosts in here. Not sure what the hell that just happened, but all right.
That's strange.
That was odd. Did you pay your bill, sir?
Actually, I did.
Did you accidentally pay the neighbor's bill and not your bill?
Remember, I'm on solar.
Yeah, hell.
It's overcast.
It's damn dark times around here.
Oh, my God.
Man. Yeah. All right. So today, actually, you know what we're drinking before I do.
It's Four Roses, single barrel.
All right. Let's see. Four Roses single barrel. I can say I don't think I've ever. Have you slid this in on me and me not know about it before?
No,
okay, so
today.
I've never had this before. All right.
And Billy is showing the audience. Right. Audience is applauding.
All right. This is this is man, I just had LASIK surgery. How come I still can't see?
It's bourbon. It's brown. It's Four Roses, and it's good. Stick around. Guess what, people? Again, you don't get the full critique until the end of the podcast, and so far so good though.
Good stuff.
And so, hey, I just want to throw this out there just in case my wife doesn't notice before she listens to the podcast. We have new palm trees in the yard. I'm betting she doesn't notice before she hears the podcast.
Yeah, we're good. Yes, because it will be a slight delay before she hears this.
Yes.
What's the over under on her noticing the palm trees?
See. Either the first 5 minutes or never. I mean, that's it.
Till you lead her out by the hand.
Exactly. I'm going to go. She will not notice it all weekend.
So you get the little tripalm in the corner.
Yeah.
Now there's a chance. No, she's going to be looking for the garage door. She's going to miss that.
She's just going to fly
now
by,
you got
run
2
in the garage.
large queen palms in the very backyard. However, when you're in the living room looking right out the sliding glass door, you actually can't see them, right? Because they're pushed over.
Exactly. And the only way she's really going to see them is the dirt mound that's been the fresh dirt that's kind of
72 hours.
Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking.
That's what she's not going to see it for 72 hours.
Bruce will notice it before her. That's the dog. So, anyways, with that, hey, happy Friday!
Happy Friday!
We are rolling. So, wow, it's been a good week so far. Not a lot of stuff planned this weekend. I mean, we actually had a full list planned for the weekend, but
we did
now nothing.
Well, we've also had some slightly snarky weather move in. We're going to attempt to get up and go for a ride tomorrow morning, and then Sunday we're going to go to the beach if we can. It may be just crappy and rainy and
yeah, I mean, it rained about 2:00 this morning. I mean, it was a frog strangler. I mean, it was pretty hard.
Right.
So, anyways, crazy week.
if I'm told one more time, you need to get your clothes, your whatever you're wearing on the cruise ready. I've been hearing it for 3.5 weeks. And I told she said, you and Jimmy need to figure out what y'all wearing.
Good on you. At least you have clothes. All my clothes were burned up in a house fire.
Right. I said the day before we go,
I got a plastic bag and a paper bag I'm taking. Just going to cut little egg holes out.
She keeps buying me a bunch of, so I got me a bunch of Tom Selleck shirts ready to go. I got 2 pairs of board shorts and some Hey Dudes. What else do I need?
And you got a drinking package.
Yeah. I guess we're having a captain's dinner, so I got to take a suit with me. So I'm set. What? I don't need nothing else.
Won't let you wear his?
Well, no, I don't know. Maybe.
He won't let you have his dress whites?
No, I don't think so. They don't want me driving that boat.
So, yeah, I'll start it out this time.
Rock and roll, coochie coo.
So, have you noticed lately? Well, let me start this over a little bit. So, over the past several years, and I want to say prior to COVID, a lot of stuff have been kind of pushed down America's throat.
Oh yeah,
and what I love about America is we're fighters, and we push back. I mean, even when we were in the UK, they were shoving stuff down our throat. We come over here, then it was, hey, you're going to taxation without representation. We push back on that. I mean, so America loves a good fight.
A foundation based on principles.
Yeah. America loves a good fight, but I really hate what we're fighting over today, but we do stand our ground. And even it's internal. It's like brothers and sisters fighting. So this is like an internal, civil war, so again, so let's start with what was the first piece of, I want to call it wokeness, but first thing that was really shoved down our throat prior to COVID?
All right. Let me think about that one for a second.
All right. Don't want to throw out a lot of dead air, but it doesn't just ring a bell. So, and I could be wrong, but I'm going to go with kneeling in the NFL.
That you nailed it. That's the first monumental.
Yeah, exactly. And it was,
there was some
social justice issues going on there, and they were, kneeling on the national. I think there was ways they could have raised better awareness for the social justice issues that were going on instead of kneeling at the national anthem.
Well, here is what I gather from both sides of the spectrum. One is kneeling to bring awareness to social injustice.
Yeah.
The other sees it as kneeling as downright pure disrespect to the flag in America. So that's what caused such a big divide in it, is my understanding and how I felt about it. So I believe in people's right to protest and stuff like that. Also believe that there's timing involved in doing such activities. And the only thing I personally had an issue with it was the timing. So if you would have waited till the very last note of the national anthem to then do that, I would have been okay with every bit of it. So I just thought from my spectrum, it was disrespectful. However, somebody sees it completely opposite, and that's what makes us Americans. We agree to disagree sometimes, and God bless us all.
And I get it. There was a social injustice going on, or at least they thought they did. They thought there was,
Yeah.
Again, it was, when the NFL players were wearing pigs on their socks and things like that, it kind of, I think they went overboard with it. Then all of a sudden, everybody was taking a knee. A lot of the players, not all of them. Right. There was a few who actually stood up. And then it went from the NFL to some of the college and high school, and
it spread quickly.
It spread quickly, and then all of a sudden, past couple of years, where I'm trying to go with this, past couple of years, how much kneeling have you seen in the NFL?
Well, it started out with, I think it was still continuing for a while, but the networks deemed to cut it, not show it during the national anthem, only the person singing. So I saw some sleight of hand and stuff, knowing that it's still happening in the background, but it was not broadcast and televised. And now, you're bringing it up, and I haven't thought about it in over a year. So it's either not happening no more, or I'm not aware of it.
So you have to realize that the NFL lost fans in the stand and viewership.
So the NFL Network was not allowed to videotape anyone.
So, I mean, the NFL gave a lot of money towards the activism, and they also gave a lot of money to the far left sportscasters. And they stopped talking about it. And the NFL paid to shut them up because it was hurting the brand. But it took the NFL 2 or 3 years to start working on the process, because they actually were promoting it in the beginning, and it hurt their brand.
Right.
Go ahead.
You can have all these beliefs and ideologies until the bottom line on the P&L sheet gets out of whack. You're like, guess we better.
Let's fast forward to the next little wokeness that was shoved down Americans' throats. Bud Light. Okay.
I don't say it was the next one, but it's the most recent one, I would say.
No, it's not even the most recent one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so let's look at Anheuser-Busch. They lost, what, $6 billion in a matter of a week?
Yeah.
I mean, they're like, wait a minute,
Did you see the text message that just came through?
Time out. Holy shit, Laura's home. Holy shit, she's...
Damn, I lost $5.
You did.
I lost that bet.
So I guess I need to call her in here, real fast.
Absolutely, yeah. Bring her on in.
All right.
We're going to have Miss Laura on the podcast. She's one of our most devoted fans.
Laura.
She deserves to be on the podcast. So I bet that it would take Laura 72 hours to notice the new palm trees.
I was going a week.
Hello, love. How are you? Shut the door. Welcome to your first episode of you being on It's the Bourbon Talking Podcast. Everyone, this is Miss Laura.
Hello.
This is her first time. Again, she's one of our most devoted. She better be devoted. She's Jimmy's wife, so she better be. So you just caused me to lose a $5 bet.
You didn't think I'd notice the tree?
I had 72 hours on it.
Yes, no, we bet you would not notice the trees.
Yeah.
In fact, I was going until the cruise time. I said, she will not notice the trees until she hears this podcast. And we were just talking about, she won't notice them until she hears this podcast.
You said 72 hours, but you said next Saturday.
I said she wouldn't notice them until she heard the podcast.
Yeah, and I was like, well, yeah, all right, yeah. I'm proud of you. They even had these little flags on it from when they were transporting. I was like, ooh, we better take them off. We don't want nothing waving there.
I noticed the drapes had just a little gap, and then I just saw it flapping in the. And that's how.
So you were in the house before you recognized that there was any palm trees. So you missed the one up front when you came home? Okay, good.
I told you.
I said she'll be what?
She's going to be in the garage.
Okay, all right.
Okay, I noticed the one in the back, two in the backyard. No, but that's because there's a van and 2 trucks in my driveway.
The magnolia tree is gone.
Oh, wow. I did park in your way and.
Well, I mean, we were trying to get your Jeep cleaned. So.
I parked right in the middle of her.
The van took my focus, so no, I did not see. And if I would have pulled into the driveway instead of on the opposite of 2 vehicles, I might have seen the magnolia tree.
Anyways. All right. Well, she noticed. We lose. She is a little more observant than I thought.
All right. That's enough for you on the podcast. Get out of here.
I'm out of here. Bye, guys.
You ain't got to go, but you can't stay here. Miss Laura, everybody.
So back to the next one was
Bud Light.
Bud Light. I mean, but Anheuser-Busch is a little smarter than NFL. They're like, we're going to get a handle of this thing quickly. I mean, they saw 5 billion drop in a matter of days.
Was it quickly?
Yes. It took about 2 weeks for the CEO to come out and say,
Let's say faster.
So, yeah, it fell a lot faster than
Right.
NFL. But
the CEO came out and made a statement. But he didn't apologize.
He did not apologize.
He made a statement.
He made a statement.
And then they quickly made a very highly, I would say, patriotic commercial. Bringing back the, maybe we want to ride a Clydesdale.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
They brought it back. That wasn't like they
It was a new commercial, but yeah.
I bet it was sitting in their file folder for years. And
Yeah,
they just haven't shown it yet.
It was actually a really good commercial. I liked it.
Because it takes a little more than a day to film a commercial.
Yeah.
So again, America pushed back instantly.
Right.
They didn't, like the NFL, football fans thought they would just get a handle. It was a one and done, two and done.
Can I make a statement?
Yeah. No.
I've drank a fair share of Anheuser-Busch products. I have zero loyalty to that company because they're not an American company anymore. They have an American heritage, but they've been sold out. So it's not like, so it doesn't.
No, they're European now.
Yeah. So they once were an American company, but now they're not. And
One of the first original American companies.
And so I don't have any kind of loyalty. I don't have any loyalties to any brands really. Nobody pays me to do nothing. So, but I don't know. I do appear to be sponsored by the Iron Horse Saloon in Daytona, Florida. But anyway,
quite a bit.
Yeah. But so after it sold out to a foreign company, and now they decide we've got so much time for brewing beer, we're going to get into politics. Well, all right. How'd that work out?
Well, and let's go to another company that decided to roll into politics. Disney in their fight with the state of Florida. I haven't really noticed the bottom line, or nobody's actually put it out, but I'm sure Disney's taken a hit. I'm not sure what it looks like, but they did fire the CEO at the time that took on Ron DeSantis and the governor, and they brought back Bob Iger, the former CEO, to fix things. So Disney also let's, again, Anheuser-Busch, let's stay out of politics, and social agendas. I mean, they were trying to push agenda, rebranding. Hey, it backfired. And it wasn't like they tried to ease America into it. They tried to shove it down America's throat, saying that the brand behind Bud Light was college frat parties and rednecks. Well, that's 100% of your drinking base there. You just offended everybody.
This country, if no one's paid attention, is damn near split 50-50 right now. If we've kind of, no matter what you say, you're bound to offend. If you're a corporate business, if you decide to put a stance or say something, there's a very good chance you're going to highly offend 48 to 52% of your market. So if I was on a corporate board, or if I was a CEO of a company, I would say, stay in your swim lane, make a better product for your customers. And we're not here to be in politics. We're not, because it's going to be damaging no matter what stance you take, because we're in such a political time right now of a divide.
What was that last comment you said?
I've been rambling for about 30 seconds, so I forgot. If I was a CEO,
don't offend your audience.
Yeah, you don't want to offend. Our country is so divided right now. If you personally take a stance on something, be prepared to piss off half your friends and family, half your customer base, half your congregation, we're so divided right now.
So what do you think would happen if you pissed off 100% of your customers or fan base?
You would get what you deserve.
Which brings me to the most current one.
Ooh.
Fox News firing the #1 newscaster in the ratings for the past several years, just firing him and letting him go. With one, not explaining to the listeners who watch the show, the fan base.
Right.
3.5 million people watch him.
So you've got the country. We're so divided, like my statement, 52 to 48%. Well, guess what? That is Fox News base, and you just pissed them all off.
You just took 100% of your fan base.
You took 100% of your fan base. This is a very good point you're bringing up here, and they're doomed. They really are. I mean, they just pulled the plug out of the back of the boat, and she gonna sink.
Exactly. I mean, do you not try to? It wasn't like sexual harassment. He didn't do anything like that, like the Bill O'Reillys and everyone else.
There's still some speculation out there and stuff of what exactly.
I know there's a lot of speculation. But my point is that you pulled the plug of your breadwinner.
Yeah.
You're already paying $750 million on a lawsuit.
And now they let him go, and they had to pay him $100 million.
And well, not only that, but
Tucker's getting paid $100 million.
Their stocks dropped 5% day one, which was just
right about $1 billion.
$1 billion.
So $780,000 plus $785 million plus Tucker's 100 plus your $1 billion.
You're at almost $2 billion.
I don't know who's running the abacus machine in the dungeon of Fox News, but holy shit, I hope y'all thought about that.
But why would you just piss off 100% of your viewers, your fan base? Why would you do that without some kind of a warning or maybe just, I mean, you just pulled the plug. I mean, they said, hey, an hour before they broke the news, hey, you're fired, and we're going to let the world know 1 hour. And they let the world know. It's like, what?
I don't think anyone who's ever listened to at least 2 of these podcasts have any question on what side of the fence spectrum I'm on. But Fox News is way left. I'm sorry, way right. I even get my rights and left confused when it comes to talking about that. Fox is even probably more right than I am. That's changing. They're bored, Murdoch. So, what got Trump elected? It was Fox News.
It was Fox News.
Elected. Trump is now running for his second term. One big breath of wind that is in his sails was going to be Fox News yet once again, and that's now gone.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you're on the Trump campaign, you are pivoting right now. There's a large whiteboard, and you're removing the X's and O's on that board. You're coming up with a new game plan because Fox just lost 85% of their viewer base, which was it really helped Trump to get elected. So he does not have that in his back pocket this time. It's got to be a completely different game plan for him.
Yeah, so I was looking at, I was watching Newsmax this morning. I didn't have Fox on at all.
That's all I've been watching here lately.
Did you see their viewership this week alone?
230,000.
It's up 215%
from the 230. So now they're encroaching on 1 million now.
Yeah, I mean, when your viewership goes up 4 times,
right,
that's huge. Guess what? What comes with viewership?
Hey, can you buy stock in Newsmax? Are they a pub?
I don't know. I don't know if they're a public traded or anything. But
stand by. I'm about to find out. Because if not, I'm about to throw some coin at that.
But I mean, your viewership's up 215%. Then, hey, with more viewers comes more endorsements, commercials, things of that nature. So,
are they going to get more than the MyPillow guy?
It's probably about what Newsmax is worth right now, the same as MyPillow.
They are not a publicly traded company. Newsmax Media Incorporated.
Not yet. I'm sure they'll start an IPO and go public within the next 30 days. If they're smart, they would, especially if they can land Tucker Carlson. But I mean, so.
Okay, sorry.
No, so I mean, again.
I saw squirrel.
Yeah, and I get it. But I mean, think about it. I mean, it goes back to what I started this thing. What I love about America is we're fighters. We're pushing back. And it is this wokeness, this far left stuff that's being pushed on people. I mean, the right is really starting to push back now, and it's on the big corporations again. NFL, Anheuser-Busch, Disney, Fox. Yeah. And they're pushing back on the large corporate Americas. They're not just pushing back on mom and pop stores here and there. They're pushing back big. So, hey, but again, what's out of the 4 companies that I've kind of talked about, what's the one, other than them being major companies and stuff, billion-dollar corporations, but what's the one thing they have in common here of what they've done? And it's shoved something down the Republican or conservative side of America.
Fox is actually in a different category than Anheuser-Busch, than Disney, than Nike, than, you know what I'm saying? Because Nike was one of them too that really got into it. We all know that news is not fair and balanced. News is very political.
It pushes whatever party agenda that they're representing.
Exactly. So as a corporation, news is in the political business. We all know that. However, Anheuser-Busch, Nike, Maybelline, and Disney,
NFL.
You're not in the politics business. You're in the goods and service business. Stay in your swim lane.
No, and exactly. It's like, really, that was the one thing that, those companies can actually bring this country back together because both parties use those items. Yeah. Conservatives and liberals watch football. They drink Bud Light or Anheuser-Busch products. They all go to Disney. They actually, if you want to bring America together, then stay out of politics, because when you start leaning one way or the other, you're going to take away about 50% or a good percentage of one side. Quit. You can have both sides, have your cake and eat it too. Just stay in the middle, provide a service or a product, and keep going. That's what will bring this country back together. These large corporations keep picking a side. That's going to keep dividing this country.
I'm a pessimist at heart and a glass half empty kind of guy. I've just always been that way. Nothing's going to bring us together again, man, unless there's a large tragedy, alien invasion, another 9/11. Remember how this country was on September 12th? My God, did you want to? It sucked. It really sucked. But as a community, even here in Florida, just how people treated each other on the 12th and the 13th and the 14th. You were in a different world, and it was painful what this country just went through. But the sense of oneness, there was no color, there was no creed, there was no religions. We were Americans, and I miss that. It was fantastic.
You were such a downer. And
I'm telling you, it's going to be a damn tragedy that brings us back together. It's not going to be a knight in shining armor. It's not going to be a corporation.
So what you're telling me is this country is moving along at the speed of dark.
We're fucked right now. We truly are, man. We're so freaking divided right now. I'm surprised there's not dumpster fires on every damn corner of the street, and everybody's just shoving out little old ladies down. And we live in a very
And again, I disagree. That's why I love America. We're fighters. And right now it's kind of like the Civil War. We're fighting amongst ourselves.
You're also talking that we're in another generation now. The majority of this country is a different breed of people. Is a different generation of people than even what we dealt with in 9/11. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but you know what? 9/11 actually brought, theirs was kids from that generation enlisting like crazy to fight for this country, and that'll come along again one day. Hopefully not. I mean, hopefully this world can have world peace one day. I doubt it will, but hey, one can still hope. America, we're still fighting amongst ourselves. We're fighting against the big corporations. It doesn't matter how big you are in this country. We will push back, and it doesn't matter what side you're on. They push back, and it hurts them where it counts the most. The bottom line.
Oh yeah.
And Anheuser-Busch, Disney, Fox, NFL. I mean, those are just some of the big ones off the top of my head. I mean, Coca-Cola and Major League Baseball when they pulled the World Series out of Atlanta. I mean, I can name 100 of them, but I really want to talk about the first one, which was, to me, the first one was really the NFL taking a knee. I think the big company at the time, that was the first big company to really, I don't want to say push. No, they pushed the first big company to push an agenda. They let the employees, the players, take knees instead of, no, you're not going to do that during the national anthem. Let's find a different way to bring attention to your cause. But they picked the one, and it got national attention. I'm not going to lie.
Oh yeah,
it got national attention, but in a negative form. You don't kneel during the national anthem. That's the one thing that doesn't matter what party you came from. Both sides were pissed. You don't kneel during the national anthem. Sorry. So networks like, well, we're not going to lose viewerships. We're not getting involved in that. We're just televising a game. And so just, again, like you said, focus on the person singing or playing or whatever the national anthem is. And we'll come back to widescreen shot later on. But the NFL is like, we're losing fans. We're losing viewership. How do we fix this? So they started throwing money into social programs. And again, it stopped. No more knees. No more, football sportscasters, left-wing whining. So again, fast forward, Budweiser saw other companies going down. So they're like, well, we just lost $5 billion. Let's fix this now. And in their eyes, they're not even going to talk about it anymore. They're just going to bet the farm that people just gravitate back to Bud Light. They haven't apologized. The CEO came out, gave a statement, never apologized. And they put on a good commercial.
I think that marketing executive is
administrative leave. That could be a precursor to fire. Who knows? But she's been replaced. They've already brought in a new.
They're making moves, they didn't go, oh shit, we're sorry. We should stick to making beer. My bad. They didn't do that.
No. Disney fired their CEO who took on the state of Florida, brought in Iger. Iger hasn't really come back to apologize, but he's making moves and doing stuff, working with the state of Florida. Yes, they're still suing the state of Florida, but that's been in the works for a while. That's just something going through the motion. But Disney, they're quietly trying to right the ship. I think Bud Light's quietly going to try to right the ship.
Oh, yeah.
Fox News has not said, other than, hey, we appreciate his services on Tucker Carlson. You just gave up your gravy train, but they're not going to apologize. They're quietly just going to replace them and right the ship. Yeah. So it's like, and also too, they don't want to say something more negative. I mean, to come across wrong. So, quiet may be the best avenue for all these companies, but it's again, America's fighting back, man. I love it. I mean, I love a fighter. I love an underdog, and you know, America's always the underdog here. And you know what? Hey, Americans love it, man. This is what we do. We may get up and kick each other's ass, kick each other's teeth in every day because we don't like somebody down the street. But again, like you said earlier, 9/11 happens. Hey, we're sitting next to each other, shoulder to shoulder in a damn foxhole.
Like two brothers fighting. I'm going to whip your ass all day long.
Yep.
Leroy from the street comes down, or Jimbo comes down and picks on my little brother. Even though I just got finished pummeling him, it's on. You know, a Navy.
We
can pick on each other, but you ain't
Navy
picking on us.
A Navy sailor and a U.S. Marine soldier walk into a bar, they start fighting. But then again, you have somebody from another military walk in from a foreign country, like they stand shoulder to shoulder and beat that guy's ass. Yeah. So I mean, again, this is America. We may have our differences. We'll fight amongst ourselves, but by God, don't let a foreigner come into our country and try to kick our ass, because it doesn't work.
We need to get our shit together as a human race, and we need to find a way to come
There's
together.
no fun in that.
Well, the head of the Space Force said that we're about to have to deal with aliens from outside. He just made that statement last week, so maybe that's the one thing that's going to bring us all together.
So Space Force is going to bring the world together.
No, they just said that we're about to have to deal with a problem from outside our solar system. He made that damn statement.
Well,
I'm like, elaborate. What are you talking about? What you seeing on your little telescopes, buddy?
Well, obviously the federal government's known for a while because Trump's the one who stood up Space Force. Hey, we need somebody to fight these guys coming in.
Trust me, coming from a guy who got probed this morning, I don't want to get probed again.
Well, I hate people listening, all three of you. I really apologize. This show just made a hard dive down. It
was a medical procedure. I still feel violated.
Anyways,
not gonna be able to sleep tonight.
So,
I really what do you got?
What you got going on, Billy? Hey, I've been ranting on this wokeness for the past half hour. So, what you got?
This is a Jimmy Dubs show today, buddy. You did a great job.
No, again, I think we're.
I think you brought up some really valid points.
And again, it's just when something's shoved down, and it doesn't matter what side. It's just when something's shoved down, and you're going to offend half of your audience out here, unless you're Fox News and you offend 100% of your audience.
Yep.
You're a flipping idiot.
Our country, again, is very divided right now. If you are in the retail space, I would continue to make a bigger and better product for your peoples and not get political, because you will offend half of your customer base unless you're Fox News, who already only had half, and then you piss off all of them.
You piss them all off.
So that's a good point.
And it makes you wonder, how did this guy become a flipping billionaire?
Well,
I think he's foxed up.
He's foxed up. Again, I think there's I don't know. I'm a conspiracy theorist, so I think it was
my God,
I think a lot of it had to do with Trump running for president. I think if they temporarily took the wind out of their own damn sails, they're wanting to. Again, Fox had gone so right. There's always an ebb and a flow. There's an ebb and a flow in the Republican Party and the Democratic Party. They swing wildly and they go, oh, we're losing the ship, and they start fading back over. The Republicans do it. The Democrats do it. And so I think the overall focus of the board for Fox is trying to get it more back to the fence post, somewhere fair and balanced, which was their tag for quite a while. I don't know if they've been fair and balanced because they've been so far right. And then you have CNN, which is
Clown News Network.
Clown news. Anyway, that's my opinion.
No, it's clown. I mean, they're just.
Well,
Oh my God,
we
that's
are
like
slightly biased on the right side here on this Bourbon
but
Talk.
I'm not far off center. I mean, some of these people are just way far right.
Yeah,
I'm more about common sense, but
I
I
used
lean
to-
to the right.
I used to always, when I was in, back when I was in the Army, when I was in the military, I only watched CNN, Again, things ebb and flow.
That was the only cable news they had back then.
Yeah, well, remember the old
Fox,
Robin Meade
Fox
days?
came in like in 96?
Well, I wasn't into. Well, yeah, I guess, yeah. You're right. I am that old. Damn.
Yeah. Conservatives didn't come out with a conservative channel until
Right.
96. But hey, and then that's when CNN truly went far left.
Yes. It was once Fox came, it did a hard split. I think when you look back on it,
I agree.
2020, yeah.
But then, I mean, CNN went just way left. I mean, they just had the full tank of gas and to put on a foot on the pedal and just kept going. It's like, stop. I mean, you only had to come a foot. Anyways, they just kept going for miles. They're still going. I see them way left. But, and Fox is like, they're pretty much way right. It's like,
yeah.
what was kind of nice. I mean, again, I was watching, and I'm not tooting Newsmax, but I've been watching Newsmax for a couple of days since they fired, Carlson, but they got a lot of Democrats on there and, they seem to getting both sides. So, I mean, it's like, wow, okay, this is kind of refreshing.
Yeah. We'll see how long that lasts, but yeah, you're getting.
They're going to hire
views from both
Tucker
sides.
Carlson, and all of a sudden they're going to put the foot on the gas and way right. But give me both sides. I want to hear both sides. In fact, I do turn on CNN occasionally because I want to see especially when there's a current event that's happening. I want to hear both sides. And
Right.
I'll listen to.
I can usually stay there for 3 minutes and 45 seconds.
And then I listen to. I turn the channel and listen to see what they're saying on the other side. So I mean, again, and then I use my own judgment to figure out what's really happening.
That's where a lot of people are, especially the new kids, the younger generation. They don't have a cable news subscription. Hell, you hand them the remote to the TV and they'll set it down. They're watching.
They're on the phone.
They're on their phone. They're on their tablets or something like that.
But no, I mean, I like to listen to both sides, especially on major events.
Yeah, myself, I get my news from independent outlets. 80% of it is independent outlets. And like you said, I gather what I pick and choose from there to try to get my unbiased view of it. But I don't subscribe totally to the left CNN, MSNBC, CBS, AB or the right Fox News or I kind of
I bounce around to the major ones,
Yeah.
and again, I like to form my own opinion to see what's really happening because I don't trust either one of them. I think I could probably decipher between the two what really happened.
My point is those corporate news medias on cable TV and on national television. I mean, look at their viewer base. Look at their ratings. That's not where you get your. You know where people get their news and stuff from? From Joe Rogan, from YouTube, from Instagram, from TikTok. TikTok's run by the Chinese government. If you have TikTok on your phone and I'm a contact, please delete me. Anyway, there's my rant.
So no, thank you. No,
TikTok's run by the CCP.
I
Get it off your phone.
I agree with you. I don't have TikTok either. I just got Instagram like a month ago. Again, I'm not into the. Since we've been doing the podcast, I've gotten a little more into the platforms out there. So yes, but no, I mean, I got.
It's called the platforms.
I don't know what you call it. See, I don't know, but I got 3 friends on Instagram now. 3.
Ooh. 2 of them are me though, because one of them,
Well, no, it's you. It's the Bourbon Talking and my wife.
I told you. There's two of them's me.
I got three.
I call
three
it.
friends on Instagram.
Yeah,
so.
one of them's not real.
So when when he sends out It's the Bourbon Talking, I share it with all of them. So I share it with It's the Bourbon Talking and Billy. So they already had it, but so it goes to my wife. So I got really one friend.
You know what? The older we get, the smaller our circles are. You know,
I agree with that.
I have a very few amount of friends.
So with my three
acquaintances.
With my 3 contacts on Instagram and Billy's 4, there's 7 people listening.
If you're out there, leave a comment or thumbs up so we know you're there.
All right. So, hey, let's bring this thing to a
Let's
close.
bring her to a close,
and
buddy.
let's rate this bourbon here. And hey, it was actually a good discussion. Again,
Yeah.
I think, I love America, and I just enjoy watching America fight back, especially against the big corporations. And, so I don't know, man.
I didn't know you were such an activist.
I'm not an activist.
You're talking about fighting back against big corporate media and making a stand.
Well, it wasn't just media, but it was Anheuser-Busch. I mean, I just love watching America. When America gets pushed around, America fights back.
Yeah.
And you will not find any Anheuser-Busch products in my refrigerator.
Right.
But
that was a big silent protest against Anheuser-Busch. It was real easy.
Yeah.
I'll have a Miller Lite, thank you.
Yes.
And wow, how that changed.
But even before the Bud Light thing, we go out and get a beer. How many times have you ever seen me order an Anheuser-Busch product?
How many times have you seen me order one?
No, yours is Miller Lite, and I'm usually
You like the Blue Moons
the Stella
and the Stellas.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't order Anheuser-Busch. I kind of took those things away a long time ago. But hey, I just love the fact that America's fighting, even against the news. I mean, again, you alienate 100% of your viewers. Anyway, so they get what is coming to them. So with that,
wrap it up. I'll take it.
Yeah,
How come I sing on the podcast now? When did that shit start?
I don't know, but I'm taking applications for someone to send across to me that doesn't sing or think they can sing. I'm sorry, who think they can sing.
I don't know why the singing thing started. I do apologize to people.
Put a microphone in front of you and you think you're Garth Brooks.
I've been told people like the sound of my voice. I think I sound like an absolute country redneck. So I tried to enunciate my words as best as possible, but I've been told I have a soothing voice, and some people like to even fall asleep at night to the sound of my voice.
You're talking to your dog Jocko again.
No, I'm talking to you, Linda. You know who you are.
Oh, God. So anyways, let's rate this bourbon.
I'm going to pay for that comment, by the way.
Yes, you are.
All right, man. We've got Four Roses bourbon today.
Yes.
And, man, I think it's really good. I think I've said every bourbon we've had right now is really good.
No, I mean, I think we haven't bought a bad bourbon.
I don't think we have. Maybe
so far.
Maybe we'll have to bring a shitty bourbon in here one day and see if we can.
There's some. Now we got some bourbon that we just bought that I've never even heard of. So
the girls went shopping for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Bourbon Talking has got six more coming. So we do have a list of bourbons coming up that we are going to be reviewing for you guys. Guaranteed, every one of them will not be a 7.5.
I love round numbers.
I swear, we gonna fight if you say 7.5.
Jimmy, I'm not gonna say 7.5. I promise that.
Jimmy, come on, buddy. I need it. Bring it home, man. Give me something. What you got? What do you think of Four Roses? First off, tell me when was the first time you had this bourbon?
Right now. I mean, we actually.
You've never.
I've never had this.
Oh, okay.
No, never had this one.
Oh, awesome.
I like it. I mean, I so far I have not we've not had a bourbon here I haven't liked, so I can't give you, oh, this is a 3. I can't give you that. I mean, I got to go with honesty here. I mean, that's, you guys want honesty, right? I'm giving you honesty. No bullshit here. You know, I'm going to go with a rock solid round number of 7.2.
God bless you. I'm going to take that bullshit answer you just gave me and thank you for that. I think it's very similar. It tastes just like, I think it tastes just like Buffalo Trace to me. I actually want to put go neat with a little Buffalo Trace and a little of that, because it tastes the same to me. Like, it's really, which Buffalo Trace is fantastic. So,
but it got a low score because you can only get 2 bottles
right. So
a month, and that's for the whole county of 10,000 people.
So, man, I've got to give this a 7.5.
Wow, you rated one higher than me for once. Wow, that's a nice round number.
I've got to give it a 7.5. I think it's damn good.
No, it is. It's really good. I like it. And so are we going to like, at some point take all the ones above 6 or 7, and then we do another tasting to get to the top 1?
Yeah. So at the end of,
season 1?
At the end of season 1. Yeah. Which will be, didn't we say that we were going to stop season 1 at episode 20?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
one more.
We are almost to the end. You sure we shouldn't do the seasons by the seasons? Like 6 months is season 1 or 1 year is season 1? That'd be 27 episodes for one season if we went every 6 months.
I have no idea how to do seasons on a podcast,
Me
Billy.
either. If anybody has some suggestions on how we should season out our
podcast, the show 24
podcast,
had 24 episodes.
Yeah,
I have
did
no
you
idea.
know Jack Bauer, out of all that, only worked for a week? How many years was
No, he only
24?
He only worked for a day.
How many years was 24 on TV? 7 years?
Yeah, 8. Actually, season 8, because I remember.
So really, out of all them years, Jack Bauer worked a week. You believe that shit?
I see where you're going with
I
that.
just thought about that the other day. I was like,
So again,
sorry,
you know,
squirrel.
Jack, 24 is 24 episodes, but then today's TVs, I mean, like Netflix and Prime, they're doing 8 episodes for a season.
All right. Well, we discussed it earlier, so I say we
20.
We wanted to be in the new podcast room by episode 21. We got here in episode 17, 18, 17, whatever.
Yeah.
So we're going to end it at 20. Will be the end of season 1. At the end of season 1, or at the first episode of season 2, we will go over all the grades that we had.
No, what we do is at 20.
Yep.
Where we just do a normal podcast. At 21, we just do the bourbon analysis. At 21, and that will be our take on all the bourbons we had during the podcast. And then 22, we can start a...
Yeah,
the math doesn't work.
We can have the battle of 20, the greatest. So
20.A or 20.B. I don't know.
Oh, God. Well, you know what? Do y'all really care? Give a shit what we do. We'll figure it out. We'll make some...
Hey, here's
something cool out of
here's 2 dumbasses trying to do a podcast. We don't even know what the hell we're doing, people. I apologize. Just guys drinking bourbon, and it's the bourbon talking. And so with that, have a great weekend.
We'll see you next time. I'm just sitting here watching the wheels go round and round.
And you wonder why I drink.
To watch them roll. We're out.